Hello and welcome to October's Horror Movie Marathon, Day 3. I just watched Come Back to Me from 2014. It was written, the screenplay was written, and it was directed by Paul Layden. It's based on the Wrath James White novel, The Resurrectionist, which I believe came out in 2009. One of my favorite horror novels of all time. I absolutely love the book. So I finally got to see the movie. It's on Netflix. And so it's called Come Back to Me. And it stars Katie Walder as Sarah. And Matt Passmore is Josh. And they're a young couple, married, living in Las Vegas. Excuse me. And Nathan Keys plays Dale, who moves in across the street from Sarah and Josh. And he's a weird little dude. And Sarah, who like 3 months earlier had a car accident, starts having these night terrors. And just waking up, like she'll fall asleep on the couch, but then she'll wake up in bed and doesn't know how she got there, and she's wearing different clothes, and she doesn't know what's going on. And so it's this weird mystery, and she starts, she goes to do laundry, and she finds, when she's throwing her clothes in the washer or dryer, I'm not even sure which one it is, she finds the sweatshirt she had been wearing stained with something. Her husband thinks it might be wine, but she thinks it's something else. So these little weird things are going on, and somehow it seems to tie in with her creepy neighbor Dale. I'm trying to be really vague here because I don't want to give anything away. So, as I said, The Resurrectionist, on which this is based, is absolutely fantastic. I reviewed it here when I heard that this movie was coming out. So I'll post a link somewhere up here, I think. So you can check that out. Although you may want to watch the movie first, because I don't remember my review, but it's probably a little spoilery. And the people who made this movie, I guess Paul Layden should get the credit, does keep the mystery going for a good while. Of course, I know what's going on because I read the book, but if you're not familiar at all with the story, I think it'll keep you guessing for a good while before you find out what's happening. I think it's an effective movie. There are some changes made from the book, but when I watch a movie based on a book I've read, I try to go in clean and not have any expectations. I understand changes need to be made. And there are some relatively big changes. I mean, there are characters from the book that aren't in the movie, and I think it's been a while. I think there's a character, one mainish character in the movie that's not from the book, if I recall correctly. Anyway, but that doesn't bother me. Just going in clean, watching this fresh, I think it's a good, effective movie. There's some very creepy things going on, and I think it works. Again, I'm being really vague here because I think you need to watch this fresh and not have any expectations. I don't think the synopsis gives anything away. The synopsis on Netflix or any place else that you might come across the synopsis, I don't think it gives anything away. I'm definitely going to pick this up at some point. I'm hoping there's a lot of cool extras on the DVD or Blu-ray, whichever format I get it in. I really liked it. It's definitely worth watching. Obviously, like I said, I'm going to pick it up, so I must have liked it well enough. I recommend it. Give it a watch. There's some, it's not incredibly violent. I mean, there is some violence, but a lot of it is implied, I guess. Which is interesting considering that Wrath James White is one of the kings of hardcore horror. His books, not all of, but most of his books are incredibly hardcore. And I think this was definitely one of them. Not his most hardcore, but it's up there. It's not for the casual reader. Oh, I recommend the book as well, of course. I mean, I loved it. So, there was something else I was going to say. And this is supposed to be fresh in my mind. I just finished watching it. The ending. Wow, I love the ending. Absolutely fantastic ending. So, that's come back to me on day 3 of my October Horror Movie Marathon Fest. I'll have a link for the trailer somewhere up here. And I really think you should check it out. So far, 3 days, 2 really good movies, 1 okay movie. We'll see if we can keep this going. If you've seen the movie, let's talk about it in the comments below. I haven't said that in the first 2 videos, but let's discuss it. I want to know what you thought of it. If you watch this video and decide to watch the movie, let me know if I steered you wrong or if I gave you a good recommendation. Yeah, let's talk about it. If anyone has any suggestions for movies I should watch during the rest of October, I do have a few planned out, and I came across a few on Netflix that I definitely want to check out. And of course, some old favorites that I'm going to watch, and I've got a couple little mini marathons, I suppose. For some days in a row, I'm going to watch some themed stuff, sort of. Anyway, all right, getting way off track. Come back to me, check it out, and I'll see you next time.